You know, I'm just using this music today as a catch-all, as I'm terribly lazy. It is the world famous Cheeky Jaguar Radio broadcast, live coast to coast at KFRK in Denver and more. We are going to go to our next guest. They are going to join us. They have been very patient today, and I just appreciate them being patient because there's people don't understand the concepts of time zones. It's a terrible mess today. But we are hopefully going to get our next guest with us today here on the big program. I appreciate, first of all, you being patient because I have had guests. I have had guests during this hour who, A, don't understand the concept of time zones, so they've called in front of each other. Two, they apparently don't understand when I say it is 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern, or 1:30 Eastern. You know, they're just calling early. I don't know.
No worries.
They don't understand that I've got other people I got to talk to, so I appreciate it. And also, I appreciate the fact that you have a really cool background there, and that you are outside, which is awesome. So.
Yeah, it's better than the alternative.
Yes.
Which tends to get a little bit louder. I do have to do the occasional helicopter, but I think we'll be safe.
That's awesome. You know, we used to live. Our studio used to be right behind a train station. So
nice.
I used to always talk about broadcasting live from the train station. So but.
It's great. You can do a bunch of bits.
That's right. You can do all sorts of things over there. But I appreciate you joining us today. So tell me a little bit about your project that you're involved in, because I got this information from your PR people the other day, and I was like, we have got to do this because this is the coolest deal. So tell me about Tiger Kid.
So Tiger Kid kind of came out of a little bit out of the pandemic and out of the quarantine, where I'm out in Los Angeles, and I've been in and out of bands out here like the majority of people in LA are, and I've had a lot of solo stuff that I've planned on getting out for a minute, and I was able to finally take the time, focus, and start hammering things out, and I was able to work with a lot of really cool people that weren't doing anything when the whole industry kind of got shut down out here. You have a friend of mine is he's the guy that ended up serving as my engineer and producer on everything, and he played drums on some of the tracks on the record. He's actually unavailable now because he's the composer for the new Power Ranger show.
Wow.
So, what's funny in people's regular lives, everyone's so busy, and once you're in the industry, it's just boom, boom, boom. Suddenly, everyone's just sitting at home, like, what the hell are we doing? Like, what is there to do right now?
You know, so, I will have to say that the worldwide pandemic was the greatest thing for me because all these musicians were home and they had nothing to do. And so I'm like, you might as well talk to my dumb ass. So it was a good time to be in radio and TV and everything else. So
and that was kind of an angle I decided to take, which traditionally for a musician is you come up with stuff, you put a band together, and then you just tour, and you tour, and you tour, and you tour, and you get in front of as many people as possible.
Yes.
I decided I wanted to take a different route. I wanted to come up with content. I wanted to come up with good songs, and I kind of wanted to push the social media aspect. I was able to put a really cool video together, which in the majority of times is such a massive undertaking. But I mean, I knew lighting guys out here. I knew, assistant director, like, hey, we haven't done anything in months. What's going on? I'm like, yeah, want to do a video? That's how
awesome.
But the music came together really organically. So I'm a guitarist, which means you got a bag of guitar riffs that you've held on to for 15 years, and you're just waiting for the right application.
Yeah.
And a few of these songs really came together fast, and my lyrics came together really fast. And I saw the direction it was going, and it was something I could really get behind, because it was, for starters, and it sounds lame to say, but it was very positive. It it was like these aggressive self-affirmations. Like you're about to go into something and you're trying to pump yourself up in the car. Like, I got this. I'm going to beat this ass. It was one of those.
Yes.
So
awesome.
That's how all these different things, it took on a lot of different cases that usually find their way into emo songs. The things about dealing with anxiety or depression, or, you know, the universe is so big, where do I fit in? Like things like this that normally go down the road
awesome.
of self to take it and be like, yeah, I'm in this rough situation, but I'm bigger than this. I got this. And that's how we started kind of relating to each other in that sense. And
so
I still listen to them.
I've been trying to figure out how in the world do you end up able to market your music, because just a quick little search on Facebook for you and Tiger Kid, I got Tiger King memes. That's about it. And then I go down the page and it's Tiger Kid music.
I had Tiger King.
So I've just been trying to figure out how you're marketing your music, my friend.
So Tiger Kid was a thing about a year and a half, 2 years before Tiger King ever came out.
Yes.
And I remember I think we were finishing vocals and we had just started the mixing phase right when Tiger King hit. And I got calls from my producer, my vocal coach, a lot of people, and they were like, uh-oh. And I'm like, it'll be fine. There's a difference. But right off the bat, well, it turns out there's also a kids composer named Daniel Tiger, which started popping up whenever I saw it too.
Yes, I seen that too.
But luckily, Tiger King was a little bit more of a flash in the pan. It's kind of, people think about it, and that was early pandemic. That was like April.
Oh yeah, that was an April thing. you know what you should do, and maybe you've already thought of this, but you should do like these YouTube people do, where they collaborate. You should reach out to the kid's composer and collaborate with this guy.
Yeah, I'll get Daniel Tiger and like Carol Baskin. We'll just do a weird Daniel Tiger King three-way.
And just get something going so you can at least take advantage of them clicks somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the fun thing about this project too, which is different from, you know, any other band I've ever played with, is I do everything. So I play guitar, bass, and I sing all the vocals on the record, and then I wrote the drum parts, even though my producer, who's an actual good drummer, was able to put a lot of the things down. So it's a very selfish thing when you don't have to deal with prima donna singers or have to, you know, you're always trying to find a middle ground when it comes to what songs are we putting on the album, or you know, your set list and things like that. And you're always giving and taking. Like, I think this should be your opener, and everyone disagrees until you're like, all right, fine. I didn't have to compromise on anything because I'm the only one in control, which is a rare nicety to kind of deal with.
We have got a great guest with us today. Tiger Kid Music joins us here on our big broadcast. And coast to coast, border to border on iHeartRadio today, and also AMFM247.com. We are going to have the whole interview and everything else up on our website at themic.fun. And we are also going to put this out on social media and all the various places. So tell us about this music video that you have. This is pretty cool. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so we decided to make the first single. It's my song called Ever On, which, I mean, it was a massive concept that I had to somehow turn into lyrics, which is the idea that the universe is kind of always expanding out, and we kind of get stuck in our own little things a lot, but it's literally in our nature to just move on. So it's kind of telling you to don't get locked down into what you're doing. Look around you. Everything's moving. So for the video, I went with a bunch of different things, but I eventually wanted to nail down kind of influences. And whenever someone starts playing, you think, you're 10 years old and you have a guitar and you're looking in your mirror and you're like, pretend you're playing the solo to Night Train by Guns N' Roses. And you're like, yeah, you're trying to act like Slash. Or
That's awesome.
anyone that slaps and picks up a bass and they're like, I'm Les Claypool, and they'll try to walk around pretending they're Claypool. So with this, the video is me alone, because the project's pretty much me alone right now until I started playing live band. And as the music plays and as it kicks in, suddenly I kind of turn into my different influences. I turn into Tobias
awesome.
Forge, the singer of Ghost. I turn into Slash. I turn into Neil Peart from Rush, who's one of my favorite drummers of all time.
Neil Peart from Rush.
Even for the guitar solo in this, it kind of goes guitar between me and Slash, and then I turn into Buckethead, because Buckethead's been. I still think. He's one of the most amazing guitar players that if you're not a guitarist, you don't even know him.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of this duality between, and we do a lot of video cuts of, me alone playing guitar, and then suddenly it's me as this whole live band of different characters. But yeah, I feel like it really shows the duality of what it is to be in a solo project.
That's awesome.
Because yeah, it's fun. We shot the whole thing in a single day, because this was in Los Angeles in October, when they just kind of rolled back some of the pandemic stuff, and we knew it wasn't going to be for long. So we're like, all right, we got everything in place for about 2 months, and we have one day. We load in at 9. We have to be done by 9 p.m.
Yep.
And it was a blast. I had a lot of face paint on for a lot of that video. But no, it really came out. It came out kind of how I envisioned it, and the response so far has been really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a great song, though. I mean, it kind of encapsulates what Tiger Kid is, which is me trying to make a little bit more straightforward hard rock that you could play on the radio and everyone gets. It's not too cerebral, but still flirting with the idea of interesting music that even snobby musicians could listen to and be like, oh, that's a cool hook. Or you hear the lyrics and you're like, oh, that's deep. There's a lot going on,
That's amazing. Well, we are going to do this. We are going to play the video and the song Ever On. Before we let you go, my friend, how do people connect with you on social media, websites, all these things?
Yeah, so I'm on YouTube. You can look under Tiger Kid Music. My website is tigerkid.net. And then, yeah, Instagram, official Tiger Kid, Facebook, Tiger Kid Music. Just look past the Tiger King and look past the Daniel Tiger, and you'll find me somewhere in the middle.
Well, if you've got a connection with a guy who is doing the music for the Power Rangers show, you've got to know somebody who can get a hold of this Daniel Tiger, so you could collaborate.
Yeah, I'm going to start worming my way through the Universal Music Group and see who I can get a hold of.
That's right. Well, I appreciate you doing this. This has been fun, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out with us and doing this interview. I really appreciate it, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man.
Definitely. Have yourself a wonderful day, brother. There he goes. Tiger Kid, and we are now going to go to Ever On, and it is your world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. It is Ever On, and it is right now here on our big program. That is Tiger Kid. It is the big broadcast. We thank you for joining us.